So my question is, what process did you use to to find out that Adrian is the best person as president? How did you find out what are your techniques and your strategy?
Well, I'd say me and Craig coming from a coding background, we wanted someone to do everything else that didn't involve coding, so we could spend all of our time developing systems.
Okay.
And Adrian has a lot of background when it comes to
Management.
just general in that field with connections, and it just made the most sense for him to be in the position of president because that takes the most. We don't want to have to be around having to sign papers, having to sign whatever. We needed someone that could just encapsulate that role entirely. So we would have all our time to focus. Like I've said before, that when you have three people, you have to divide as evenly as possible, as just cut and dry between jobs, so you don't have as much overlap. And I think what really got me and Craig to divvy up the work was that he's a lot better at reading the documentation than me. I'm so much of like, Craig, how does this API call work? And he's just like, I figured this out like an hour ago. And I'm like, why am I don't want to mess with API. I like to be able to do all my own work, like to be able to just look into my own stuff. And that's just kind of how that.
I think the broad thing here is just like managing overlap. Like you don't want any overlap. There's no reason why Craig or Gavin or Elliot should be answering an email from Interactive Brokers regarding our account status when that'll just, that'll tear them away from work. And say it takes, 5 minutes to look into whatever they want to know, or 20 or 30. It still means they were pulled away from something, and then they have to recenter themselves and get back on it. Like there's no point in sort of like, jumping around from responsibilities, because every time you jump tasks, there's a bit of time that's wasted. And as they've both said, like wasted time is the biggest thing you're trying to eliminate.
Okay.